inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Let's go now. Mike, 14 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. Too little, Cupcake.
They go play action here on first down. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays, and it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Fight on these two. 180!
Calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Watch the out. Kill,
on first down, Hudson. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
951. They can't hang with us.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive defensive end, so he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people, so he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana, thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right, great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads. They don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. It's Brewer. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
Here we go. Here we go. 18 Gator. 18 Gator. Hey. 4 down. Here we go.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A huge play there for Washington. 44 yards. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a 2nd one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Single. Watch 8-9. Watch 8-9. It's yours. Check back.
Again, it's Haskins. The quick slant caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown,
Nice
Washington.
Job, Keep doing it.
Austin
Touchdown,
Eckler, his 9th
there.
touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Sanders now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Check.
On second down, it's Hudson. 7 yards there and a first down.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
You better bring it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the grab. And down inside the 15 he goes. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
I feel for some of these guys nowadays because it is so tough to be able to run with these tight ends. Their speed, their elusiveness, especially when they run across the field, because you're not just running with him, you're trying to run through some traffic as well.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He wasn't ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. A perfect example right there, Charles, of why they love this rookie runner.
And think about how the NFL and the college games are meshing together more and more. You don't have to go to the NFL and learn a new set of skills. What you did in college often makes you ready for the NFL.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Here we go.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Mahomes now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. In for the score as they are now on the board here in the first half. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Touchdown, Chiefs. The kicker on for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Point after, right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
Normally, that's not the down and distance that you call a draw play. You usually want to wait to 2nd or 3rd down with a definite passing situation before that play is dialed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Haskins to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. Space to maneuver at the 40. A huge play there on the screen pass. 51 yards.
So how many more years are we going to define this position as running back? I really feel like we're evolving into something else because they have to be such a hybrid, don't they? Guys who can run it, but they love to have those guys with hands like a wide receiver.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Move.
On first down, it's Haskins. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, here's Haskins finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now Haskins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try.
32-yard attempt.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. And he will find his man on the outside. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mahomes going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
For many people, that's not your standard play call in that 3rd down situation. But for so many offenses, they just want the ball in the hands of their playmakers in open space. And after he caught it, he did a nice job picking up the first down.
Rams will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the score line. 35-13, the final score. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. D.D. Westbrook, a strong performance there. And then finally, we'll wrap up the week on Monday Night Football with a good one between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. In our game, it was Dwayne Haskins with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
4 down, 4 down.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
3rd down, here's Haskins. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Brewer.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Haskins now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10.
Strong